walked up and tapped me on the shoulder and said, "Steve-o, you're a good bloke, but you don't know how to mop a floor. Let me show you how." And in that, which has stayed with me for many, many years, I learnt that there was a caring way to deliver criticism and a better way to do even the most apparently simple of tasks. I also think of Brian Finn, the Managing Director of IBM Australia in the 80s, who showed the same interest in and respect for the office cleaner as a visiting federal government minister. And in more recent times, I think of Steve Ballmer, the CEO of Microsoft, who always paid me the respect of listening and responding to my views on our business and how it could be better, even though he may not have followed my advice. Someone once said to me, "If you want people to think you care, you must care." It's a very simple but profound statement. You can't fake it. If you try, people see right through you, and ultimately they will respond in kind. The principle of caring for others, putting the success of your organisation and others ahead of yourself as good practice, is not new. It's been well documented in books like Jim Collins' Good to Great and the notion in that book of Level 5 leadership. Unfortunately, good practice is too often not common practice. Challenges such as the global financial crisis, changing environment, slowing productivity growth, increasing international competition, pressures to improve our capacity in workplaces to innovate, all call for new leadership mindsets that bridge traditional divides. The hierarchies, silos, fragmentation of the industrial age enterprise and approach that many of us have been experienced in and conditioned to accept isn't good enough today. The workplace and organisations today, by virtue of advances in ICT, are now far more connected, networked and fast changing than ever before. As a result of that, leadership today must be far less about knowing the answer and directing or controlling people, and much more about enabling others to make the best contribution they can by having environments or creating work environments that have clear common purpose and positive standards of behaviours or values. In other words, a leadership mindset of making others great. As you leave this great university with new knowledge, many of you will now turn your focus to how you apply what you've learnt to workplaces that operate in the old world mode. I hear from an academic friend of mine that they call the frustrations that many of you may experience post-MBA dissonance. At all times, though, remember, you have all the evidence in front of you to show that fragmented and divided approaches to organisational leadership are inadequate today. So my words of advice to you are as follows. Have courage to follow your instincts, and make sure you challenge in a positive, constructive way poor management practices as you come across them. Don't accept them as just the way it is. Commit yourself to the service of those who depend on your work, who seek your advice and support by striving to establish common purpose and alignment with others wherever you work and happen to be within an organisation. And as the old rule says, the golden rule, treat others the way that you wish to be treated and encourage others to do the same. Your personal aims will be served most effectively by these principles of making others great. Pro-Chancellor, ladies and gentlemen, congratulations. Thank you very much.
Ladies and gentlemen, that occasional address concludes the formal proceedings of this ceremony. On behalf of the Pro-Chancellor, I invite you to join the official party for refreshments. These will be served on the far side of the foyer outside. For the information of guests, the photography and framing services are located downstairs on level 4. The academic procession is about to leave the Great Hall. As it does, I invite our new graduates to join the procession and follow it through to the foyer. Would the congregation please rise for the academic procession?